As the Front Range population of Colorado grows exponentially and new generations of semi-local day trippers arrive in town and the national park, people who, with a little help from the locals, are happy to appreciate that exploration does not mean exploitation of neither the wilderness nor the wildlife, where several species share not only the national park, but the yards, streets, and sidewalks of downtown. To the experienced viewer, the animals display relatively predictable habits, while humans are a bit more diverse. Even when granted a privileged viewing, most of us come with varying degrees of common sense and a desire to learn. Some need time. This is not exactly a symbiotic existence of behavior patterns. As nature spills into town, this place is an experience, at times chaos. Confused humans who wander in don't always know which way to turn. What's going on here? Once historic wildlife corridors are now city streets, off limits to hunters and only attracting an occasional lion. Here, in a place of concentrated people and eradicated wolves, things are a bit out of whack. This is not a petting zoo, and problems are common and can be severe. Recently, 2 people were seriously injured when attacked by a crazed bull elk that simply snapped under urban pressure. Elk in and out of the park are an attraction, in town an economy. Sustainability is seen 3 different ways: by the park, the town, and I'm sure the elk.
Okay, now let's hear your applause for Payson.
Fluctuating herds of these giant members of the deer family draw large herds of humans to witness the annual mating season, or rut, both in town, where it is inhibited by fences or a cold shower, and in the park. For a brief period every fall, usually tranquil landscapes are altered by this action-packed behavior, where no matter how many times I have seen it, I get carried away watching this intense natural event, happening every year for centuries. It's world famous. It's the Rocky Mountain National Park Elk Rut. Well, I don't see any around here right now, but I know they've been here because, and I learned this from a wise old tracker friend, there's elk poop everywhere. But anyway, in a little while it's going to get cooler, it's going to get darker, and out of the shadows, out of the trees, they're going to come down. We're going to see groups of cows. As a matter of fact, a lot of people think of this as a male-dominated situation, and in some ways that's true. But in reality, the cows are kind of moving around and leading the group, wanting to possibly move to another location. And the best that the bulls can do is circle around them, just trying to keep them intact as a group and not have any escape. They're also going to make sure that no other bulls come around. So let's see what happens tonight. Having lost their summer velvet, now lethal antlers are honed, even with the use of a sharpening stone. We have a pretty big bull right here. I think he's the loser in a fight because there's no harem around and there's no other big bull. So I imagine that what's happened here is he's kind of lost out, but I'm keeping my distancing, being a little bit careful because these guys get very cantankerous sometimes when they get in a bad mood when they lose. Keeping my distance is no joke. When pressured or cornered, elk can be what some call aggressive, but I prefer the term defensive.